Green Bay, Wisconsin, home of the 13-time world champion Green Bay Packers, playing at frigid Lambeau Field. This is the Frozen Tundra.
Yo YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Cheese and Per back here for another video, and today we're going to be breaking down the Green Bay Packers Week 1 win versus the Detroit Lions with a final score of 27-13. If you guys were in the live stream, I just want to say I appreciate you guys so much. You guys mean a lot to me, so I just wanted to say it. And now let's get right on into the breakdown. So the Green Bay Packers won with a final score of 27-13, of course, versus the Lions. Jared Goff won a total of 31 for 39, 225 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, the interception to Evan Williams, of course, who had a great pick there. And then rushing-wise, the Packers did an amazing job with stopping David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs with 11 carries for 25 yards for David Montgomery, averaging 2.3, and then Jahmyr Gibbs going a total of 9 for 19 for 2.1 yards. Jamison Williams 1 for 3 for 3 yards. And then passing rights, the two big guys, the trio over there in Detroit with Sam Laporta, Amon-Ra, and of course Jamison Williams went 6 receptions for 79 yards. Amon-Ra went 4 receptions for 45, and Jamison Williams, JMO, went 4 for 23, and averaging 5.8, 0 touchdowns and 1 touchdown coming from Isaac Tisa. Sorry if I botched your name. That was an amazing touchdown. Great footwork by him to score that. The only Lions touchdown. The other 2 came from Jake Bates on the 2 field goals. So Jake Bates went 2 for 2, which was amazing. Brandon McManus went a total of 2 for 2 himself. But the Green Bay Packers had a great game. The story of the game basically was the Packers defense being able to do what they needed to do versus the Lions. You can argue the only touchdown came in garbage time, which I myself agree with, but others will not, aka Lions fans probably. But when they did score, it was 27-6 with like 2 minutes left to go in the game. That game was basically all but over. So the Green Bay Packers defense did amazing. Of course, the story of the game was Micah Parsons. Let's get right on into that. So Micah Parsons had a total of 1 sack today, but he did have a great job. He was bullying Penei Sewell, making him look very, very overrated for his position. Penei Sewell is an amazing offensive tackle, but he's going against a great defensive rush in Micah Parsons. And this was Micah Parsons who started the games on limited snaps. Yes, he got more snaps as the game went on. I'm excited to see what he can do a second week in this Green Bay defensive system. Having more time to learn, having more time to work with Rashawn Gary in practice. Rashawn Gary, Lucas Van Ness, Carl Brooks, Wolin, of course, Devondre Wyatt, Quay Walker, Edgerrin Cooper, of course, this defensive front to see him work with, and the linebackers. It's going to be very exciting. I love what Jeff Hafley did do with him, though, how he moved him inside, outside. Same with Lucas Van Ness, inside, outside. Jeff Hafley showing his defensive genius that he had when you brought him in from Boston College. Jeff Hafley did bring it was probably the biggest key in this game. He coached an amazing game, got this defense ready for this game, and it showed. Because the biggest things with this Lions offense is, of course, the 1-2 punch in Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. And what did the Packers do? They stopped them, and they brought pressure to Jared Goff. Just like I said, they controlled the line of scrimmage, not only on defense, but also on offense. And that's what helped the Green Bay Packers get the win. You had Jordan Love go a total of 16 for 22 for 188 yards and 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs had 19 carries for 66 yards, averaging 3.5 yards. So if he got the ball, for those who do not know how good 3.5 yards is, if you gave Jacobs the ball every play, he would have averaged a first down every single drive. And then Romeo Doubs led the Packers with 2 receptions for 68 yards. Jaden Reed, 3 receptions for 45 yards and a touchdown. Dontavius Wicks, 2 for 30. Tucker Kraft, 2 for 16 and a touchdown. Matthew Golden, the rookie, who everyone was looking forward to, 2 for 16. And that was basically it for the Packers receiving-wise. Now, defensively, the Green Bay's defense did get to Jared Goff having a total of 3 sacks. Rashawn Gary having solo, Michael Parsons, of course, and Rashawn Gary and Lucas Van Ness stepping up. This pass rush really showed why this trade was huge for the Green Bay Packers. So overall, great game by the Green Bay Packers. Love what I saw from the Packers. And I want to give a shout out to Edgerrin Cooper. He was all over the place. He had a total of 8 tackles, 4 assist tackles, of course, as well as Quay Walker, 6 tackles and 3 assists. Overall, those two linebackers were playing everywhere, making it hard for Jahmyr Gibbs, making it hard for David Montgomery to do what they do best, which is rush the ball. So overall, the Green Bay Packers played a very complete game, and it showed in the stats. It shows in the score. Yes, Jordan Love did not have the craziest game under 200 yards, but he did what he needed. When you needed Jordan Love to make a throw, he made a throw. The Packers went more run heavy in the second half, but in the first half, when Jordan Love was really primary throwing it a lot, he made throws. He made it on the money. The throw to Jaden Reed that Reed did unfortunately drop was perfect, where only Reed could get it. He made great throws where only they could get it. The Dontavious catch, one of Dontavious Wicks' catch, which could have been challenged for being incomplete. He threw it on the money in very tight coverage where only Dontavious Wicks could catch. Jordan Love showed what he learned from Aaron Rodgers with these very accurate throws. But what I loved as well, he made risky throws like Brett Favre made, but he showed the Rodgers accuracy. So overall, I loved how Jordan Love played. This is what I expect. I'm not expecting him to go 400, 500 yards in games like people think of when they think of top guys like Mahomes, Allen, Hurts, Burrow, Lamar, how they have unbelievable games. Jordan Love did what he needed to do for the Green Bay Packers to win, and it showed. It happened. It did. And overall, this was a very good game by the Packers, very disciplined as well. Of course, only having a couple of penalties as well, which I love. Of course, the one penalty, you're like, okay, come on now. It's Xavier McKinney with the unsportsmanlike conduct, but that happened once, and that was it. But overall, this team played good. Penalties, the Packers had 4 for 40. Lions had 7. You played amazing where you made the Lions make mistakes as well. Time of possession, the Lions did beat the Packers there. But overall, the Packers, when they had the ball, they took advantage. They, as well, only kicked 2 field goals. But when they're in the red zone, they only kicked it once, or they scored a touchdown every single time they were in the touchdown red zone, except for once, which was their third drive as well. So overall, the Packers played great in the second drive, correction. They played great in the red zone. The Packers played an amazing ball. They had a total of 47 plays and took advantage of every single play. Only 3 punts as well for the Packers. But overall, the Packers played great. They made Jared Goff uncomfortable. They made the run game non-existent, and they did what they needed on defense. Offensively, they controlled the line of scrimmage, gave Love a lot of time to make his throws that helped them take the early lead in the first half, and allow Josh Jacobs in the second half to take control and slow down this game for the Lions. So overall, the Packers played a great game, but let me know down below. What do you think? Do you think the Packers played good? Do you think they could do better in something? Let me know down below. And if you guys haven't already, hit that like and sub button. And as always, go Pack Go and stay cheesy.